We got this land in 1925, and it was an original 665 acre piece of land. Over time, it's been partitioned and things of that nature. But in 1930, when the oil came in, they put 1,500 wells out on his 665 acre land. Well, today, the oil companies, over 90 years, left a lot of trash, devastation, and the land looks terrible. We applied for a brownfield grant through the Railroad Commission, and they brought us out a phase 1 to clean up this mess, and phase 2 that was just done last 2 weeks ago. And the ideal thing is to clean up the land in preparation for housing and readmit it so that veterans can live out here and have a permanent place to live. They will be able to have their own home. So that is the total goal through the brownfield grant. And we're blessed to have 2. We have already did phase 1, and this is phase 2, and phase 3 is on the way.
So describe to me the difference between all the stages. So first one is to scout it out and to clean up stuff. What is phase 2?
Phase 2 is to go in underneath the ground and see how much damage was done to the soil, see how much corrosion is left, and they take the samples back to Austin and they find out what we have. The phase 1 was so bad, it was 281 pages. Phase 2 shall be maybe the same. So it will tell us not the water sample, but the land sample. What has been trashed out, how has the land been treated all the way before we bring live people out here to live. So that's a great thing. It's a safety thing, environmental.
And what is phase 3?
Phase 3 is across the street. We have 7 wells over there. They did 17 wells over here. So they didn't get finished because it was 24 wells total. So the other 7 are across the street. It took them 4 days to do all of this assessment. So the 41.16 is done here, but across the street there's some more that needs to be assessed.
I see, okay.
So once we get the paperwork and the tests back, we can tell you definitely what has been done on this property for almost 90 years. And that's outstanding.
And thinking about it too, I mean, things are moving along, but it's coming closer and closer to your vision. Is that how it feels for you?
Yes. Matter of fact, this is my birthday month. And I hope to have this finished before I turn 77 or something again. No, but this is my vision. We started in 2007 when my father retired from the military. He was 100% service-connected combat soldier, lifer is what they called him. He had PTSD and all of that, shell shock, nowhere to go for help. And I was his caretaker. Then I began to understand the obstacles of when you come back from war, where the transition, where the break is, and how people try to just say, oh, well, forget you. But there are heroes, and that's when you should try to help each one of them and build a network of help. And right here in White Oak, Texas, I think it's the greatest vision because each one of my family members has served all the way from the Revolutionary War, 1812, Civil War, World War I, World War II, consistently for 250 years. And with this being 250 years, I think it's perfect, just a perfect time for us to be able to be recognized and have veterans here in our midst, starting on the transitional part by our church today and living there now, and then helping us to clear the land through a brownfield grant and also through the workforce to have a job to help us get our mission all the way to the end. I may not be here when it's completed, but at least I'm here to start it.
That's something else right there. Going to the specifics right now. So how much money has been put into this land right now?
Okay, on phase 1, that was over $100,000. And phase 2 is about $100,000. Phase 3 will probably be another $100,000.
So you haven't received that grant yet?
No, this is phase 1 and 2.
Okay, yeah. So over $200,000 as of now, and then looking for another grant from the Railroad Commission probably to do the same on across the street?
The Railroad Commission and the EPA, they work together through, it's called Kansas State University. And it's a grant that's given through the municipality. They don't give it directly to us. They give it to the people on the state level to come out and do the job. And also, they also contract out other people to come back and readmit the land, to help us to get the rivers and the streams and take the trees down and get it in preparation for our housing, all under a brownfield grant.
So think about it for a second, and you look around. Where do you see these houses here? How many do you see? How big do you see them being?
With just the acreage that we have now under the brownfield grant, I see approximately you have to have a half an acre for each one of the properties. I'm looking at about at least 80 houses right here, 80 houses. And that's not including what land we have on the other side, but 80 would be the goal here.
Do you see demand, seeing 80 people that need to be housed here in the region?
Yes, I do.
And what does that need here?
Because it's veterans. They're coming back, and I work nationally, also California, and across the world, and we're always having a waiting list of veterans, not because they didn't try, but because the will was not created for veterans coming back. It's been broken. And so now that you have all these different AI programs and things, sometimes that veteran is left out. Well, if you have a network, one for all and all for one, and they are able to come to their little spot, their compound or Fort Christian, and be able to network of what has happened to them, their success rate is much better than saying, oh, well, we're just not going to pay attention to you because you don't meet standards now that you came back. Because you know what? They are heroes.
And what do you try to, so for the people that you house right now and whatnot, obviously they're staying on your I forget the official name for it, but the
Fort
Korean,
Christian.
Fort Christian, okay, yeah.
Right.
And so what work do you have them doing during this time?
Right now, we did our garden, and also we're listed at the CRC at Workforce. So they're going through that process of getting trained through there. But on the midst, we're taking down trees, and we're just doing it slowly, clearing off the land. If you can see over there, we've cleared off a lot of land. We have 2 more trailers coming in this week. We have a camper that was donated to us. We have a 3-bedroom trailer that was donated to us. And we have a Winnebago that was donated to us. So we have a waiting list, and I got a call yesterday from a veteran locally, Longview. He says, I want that one. I don't even have to look at it. I know what you're doing, so when you get it ready, that's mine. And then with the washers and dryers, it's just coming together. We don't have money, big money. We just bootstrap it. The first person that helped us was the Wounded Warriors of Tyler, Texas. They gave us enough money to get a tractor. And here we are today with what we're doing with the American Legion Auxiliary, with the washers and dryers. So I bootstrapped it this far since 2007. And just what we're doing, nobody's ahead of us. So it fits very well into my overall plan that we're donating that state land on the state level for 5,000 veterans to be interned in Marshall, and that's forthcoming also.
Right.
So
and how many veterans do you house here in Gregg County?
In Gregg County right now I have 6, and in Tyler I have 20.
I see.
So we've been doing it since 2007.
207.
207.
And it's free, correct?
Yes, yes. The program is sponsored by the Endeavors program and the HUD-VASH program, and they help you get all your benefits straightened out. But in case it falls and you can't make it, there's always Centacor back in Tyler to help you get started again and come back up. You're never homeless again. There's a pipeline that was created so that we can at least get you in there and you can get your scores, you can get yourself available to be able to be credit worthy, everything that you need to make it. And as you're going through that, you have a counselor, and that's a VA counselor, and they're checking in on you, trying to get you going and lining you out with things that you need to make it every day. So I think we've done a great job.
Okay, yeah. Last thing, what's behind you here?
Hey, that's an oil well tank. It's 5,000 gallons, and it used to hold all the wells that come in, and it was full of oil. So today it was taken out by the operator that lost his license in 2020. We took him to the Railroad Commission, and they found that he did not have a good faith claim to continue to operate. And so I bought that well in an auction, and that is my destiny right there, and we'll show people in time because we have a historical marker that we'll be putting out here this year. And it signifies the 665 acres that my grandfather owned. And to have a state marker here in front of that speaks volume.
And when do you hope to have that happen?
Well, the marker is in my storage room. We're trying to clean the land up so that we can have it. And I want to have two programs at once. Once we sign the deed to the state cemetery out there later this year, we should be having those two programs counted together. I hope you come. I hope you'll be able to come see it.
Oh my goodness. So hopefully by the end of the year, maybe. Is that the goal?
That is the goal by the end of this year. The community has helped me a lot. They didn't know who I was, but they saw the mission. And I get calls every day here to say, what do you need help-wise, or can I donate a trailer or something that you may can use in the future. Donations are good, but to get them up and running, you have to have the money to get the septic tank, the water, and so forth. But it is a good gift rather than starting from scratch.
Okay.
So I just want the world to know I did my best.